Today I have to talk about how to write test cases. Today we are going to talk about how to write test cases. This is a key aspect. This is a very key aspect in our testing career where we are going to write test cases. So, if no matter you are at any level, right? Test cases is a key aspect in our testing. So we identify the functionality first. We identify the functionality, then what we do, we write test cases in order to check whether the functionality performs in the way it is designed or the requirement meets the design. This is the key aspect here, what we are doing with our test cases. Now, writing test cases varies from company to company. There is no standard method in which we have to write the test case. There is no defined way. There is no standard. There is no global definition given for that you have to write your test cases in this way. But a global template is available, right? A global template is available, right? We will use the generic template. Now I will teach you with the generic template. 98% of the company follows this generic template, right? Though there will be like change in the way the font, the format might be that column A that we had here would be actually a column D, depending upon how initially when they form their test cases, when they form their templates, how that person who's designing the template, his way of designing the template would be different from another person. But the content is what we are concentrating on here. We are not concentrating on the presentation here, how it is represented. The content is the key aspect that we are focusing, and the content remains the same. It's only that I would present it in a way, say A, while if I ask Chitra, she will present it in a way B. It's up to each and everyone's perspective of how you want it, right? So, moving on to test cases, right? Test cases 1. You should write test cases in a generic language. Where we represent a third person. We are not going to talk I, we are not going to say we. No, we are not going to use these languages. We are going to talk in a language where I am going to tell you or the reader, whoever is reading the test case, what you should do. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to say we are going to click on this. No, we are not going to use that like. We are going to say in a language in a way where we will tell what you should do. If I am writing the test case and say Bhushan is reading the test case, it will when he's reading the test case, he will get an impression that someone else is telling him go and do that activity. So, example, if I'm saying that I wanted to open Google Apple web browser or Google application. This is how in a layman's language. Can you open Google application? No. This is a layman's language. How do we write in test case? We'll say launch the application. Now this is a command. We are telling him to do one thing. So how do you write? Let's see what is the template of exact template, how it works, right? So the first one would be serial number, where we say 1 2 3 4. Second would be a command what you should do. So here it will be a command what you should do. Say example, launch the web application. So this will be a command here. The next one will be what is the data. If I have to perform this activity, what is the data? Here I will say www.google.com. So anything that you want, say example, I wanted to say gmail.com. Let's say about Gmail, right? .com. Now second one, enter username and password. What is the username and password? What is the test data for that? Give your username. Say example, Rajesh/Rajesh. Say your username and password here. So that when this is written by Bhushan, okay, when Chitra is reading it, she'll read this, launch the web application. What is the test data? Gmail. So she'll copy this Gmail, put it in the web browser and enter. Now when you do this activity, what is the expected result? That is what you write in the third column. What is the expected result? When I type gmail.com, you will say Gmail application or Gmail homepage is launched. Gmail homepage is launched. Now next is enter username password. This is a and click on login button. Since any activity is where we record, so enter username and password, you don't do any activity there. Clicking on the login button is the activity that triggers an activity. So I say login button. So what happens when I click on this? Inbox page is displayed. So we don't use viewed or shown. We don't use this terminology. We use, if you say that the page is, say example, I get this page, I get the inbox page. You use the language displayed. So inbox page is displayed. So now you write the test case like this. You go on writing the test case every step till we want to accomplish the full functionality. Then what is the next step you write? The next is when you execute this, say example, Bhushan wrote this and Chitra is following this and doing this activity. What is the actual result? Actual result. What is the actual result? We mentioned that here, but when you're writing the test case, you don't write the actual. Bhushan has written it. When Chitra is executing this test case, she will write the actual here. So when you executed that launch page, the application, she launched the application, she saw that the home page is expected and she's seeing the home page. You can write as expected, actual as expected, or home page displayed. Home page displayed. And then you have another column which says status. Where here you will say pass. Then you enter the username and password, and the home page does not display. So in the expected, you will say the inbox page did not appear. Fail. So you might have 10 steps in the test case. Even if one step fails, the entire status of the test case is failed. Even if all the 9 passes and only one fails, you cannot pass the test case. The overall status would be failed. The test case is failed.
It's template, Rajesh.
Huh?
Is it called the template? The serial number and command, all these fields, we call it the template?
Yeah, I'm going to give you the template. This is just a generic outline that I'm writing, but we're going to see the actual template.
Okay.
Okay, this is not what I'm not expecting you to write the template. I'm going to give you the template.
Okay. So is this the last field in the template, the status one, or we have more?
We have another field which says remark. So if it failed, you will write why it failed. What is the reason it failed? You write that here.
Okay. So do we have the severity level, or based on the fail or pass result? Do we have to determine that the severity is high or low?
Yeah, when we will talk about more about this failed, we will talk about the terminology defect, and in the defect we will talk about the severity here.
Okay.
So we will talk about this when we are talking about failure. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
We write test case for one functionality, so that functionality might have 10 steps, might have 100 steps, but altogether is one test case.
All together they are test case maybe. And
yes.
Doesn't it have ID or name so that we can say this test case fails or ID?
Yeah, we're going to see when you see the template, you will have all this information. I'm just giving you a basic representation or a generic idea of a test case.
Okay.
Right? When you're actually going to see the test case or see the template, you will have all that information there. We are just talking about what language we have to use and how to write the test case.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
One question. You said like generic language and it's in the third person.
Yes.
Then you said like Bhushan is writing it and I am going to be actual result. So who is that third person? Who am I? Because Bhushan is writing. So is he the tester writing?
The tester writes the test cases, and it might not be that he only will execute it.
Okay.
Right. So usually what happens is that when you start writing test cases, everyone will start writing test cases on the functionality that is assigned to you. Say example, Chitra, we have given you a functionality, a set of work orders. One work order will have one functionality. Right. So you will be writing the test case for that functionality. When you finish, right, what we will do is we will take all the test cases and start distributing the test cases. Okay. So it's not necessary what test case you wrote will come to you. It might go to Bhushan. It might go to Chitra, say Shamili. It might go to Yogita. Anyone.
Okay.
So when you write it in such a way that you are writing a command. That's all.
Okay.
You're not going to represent that we are going to click on this or I'm going to click on this. We're not going to talk in that language.
Okay. Okay. And then I have one more question.
That's why we write it for a third person.
Okay. Yeah. One more question. Like this Gmail and all that we know. Sometimes, like as testers, we are not involved in the development, like as a developer. So when the application comes to us to write test cases, so this will be after they tell us all about, they give us a walkthrough. Okay, this is done. Then we are going to do it because we might not know the application that well.
Yes, you will be given a walkthrough. right?
Okay.
Either you will be given a walkthrough or you will be given an FRD document.
Yes. Okay.
So most of the time, the developer will tell you what are all the features that he developed in that particular website.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a walkthrough of Cairo application. We are going to take 2 features, and I'm going to give you a walkthrough.
Okay.
Now I've taught you about equivalent partitioning, boundary value analysis, error guessing, all those concepts I've taught you. Now I want you to come out with X number of test cases.
Okay.
Right? So that is where your thinking capacity goes in. How do you take these concepts that has been taught into action, right?
Yeah.
So I will give you a complete walkthrough of how a BA would give you or a developer would give you a walkthrough.
Okay.
And then I'll give you the template. We'll walk through the template. I'll show you how to write the test cases in the template. And then I'll give you till a day or 2 to write those test cases. So I will expect you'll write at least 5 to 10 test cases.
So when we get the test cases done like this, so then we have to do the testing. Is that right? So we have to enter for example, username. So we have to put invalid username and test when.
No, say example.
Enter and text. That's what we have to do. And then find the result.
No. Let me see. Let me give you an example. Say example, you are testing for a username field, login field, where the username has a range between 6 to 30 characters. Right? You are not going to put when you are writing test cases, you will write test case 1. You will say this is your ECP, right? And BVA.
Yeah.
That is electronic computer programming, correct?
No.
No?
Hello?
Hello? Okay.
Hello? Yes, I can hear you.
You can hear me? Yeah. So,
the equivalence class partitioning?
Yeah. So when you're writing this test case, you will take these 2 concepts in mind and write test case 1. In the one test case, you will say, I would give RAJE. Test case 2, I would give RAJESH. Test case 3, I would give a name which is 31 characters. So I'm testing BVA and ECP in 3 test cases. So for my login only, I will have 3 test cases. Right? So you are testing your negative test case here, positive test case here, negative test case here. And when you are looking at ECA and BVP, here you are testing your boundary. Here you are testing your boundary. And ECP you are testing an invalid partition, valid partition, invalid partition. Did it cover everything? That is how you write your test case. You will write launch the application, log into the application. Here for this login you won't write 3 test cases. No. If you are writing a separate test case for login, that's where we use this boundary value analysis. But this is a different functionality we are passing through. So don't write 3 test cases just for login for send email. Okay?
For the login and for launching.
Okay, when you're writing a functionality for send email, right? Now you'll write, say, launch the application, log into the application, then click on compose, correct?
Yes.
Now here also you get a login.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes.
Here you don't validate because this is the test case for send mail.
Okay.
When you write a separate test case for login, that is, you will be writing a component test case for login, right?
Okay.
There you validate the login.
Okay. Got it.
Got it?
Okay.
It happened. That's why I'm saying.
In the login field, when we are writing the test cases for login, do we only do ECP and BVA? Only those 2 types of testing? we do for login?
Yes, when we go through decision table, there is another way of using decision table. When we go through that, you will have a better understanding.
Okay. So I have something came into my mind. So let me tell you, and please confirm me that I'm thinking in the right way or not. So when we are writing the test case for login field, you are saying that we are thinking the test type would be the ECP or BVA, and we will be writing test cases for those two based on those two testing types. And considering this text box, login is a text box, right? There we enter the username. So don't we check the what do you call that? Don't we check the length or how it is the text box? I mean, like a user interface testing. Don't we do that here?
Yes, we have to do, but this functionality what you are testing is send mail.
No. I'm talking about login.
Login, yes, we have to do. Yes, we have to do. What do you say? When we do BVA, we test everything, right? BVA and ECP. Say for login only, the range is 6 to 30. Correct. Now, if I give 4, that means it will fail.
No, my question was we test ECP and BVA, but that login is a text box, right?
Yes.
Where we enter the characters in it. So there is another field beneath that, which is a password field.
Correct.
So when we take Gmail application, in that login and password, those two text boxes align together.
Correct.
So what I'm asking here, for the login field, don't we check the user interface testing? I mean, like the length of the text box, or either it is aligned to the password text box or not. So don't we do that testing?
No. Unless and until it is asked for you to do, you don't need to do that. You consider that as a design and move on with your. If you are doing your functional testing, that means user interface testing is completed and we are doing functional and component testing. You getting me?
Okay.
Unless and until you find a major shift. Say example, your login has come like this, and your inbox password is coming like this. Then you will report. You will tell them that you will report to your lead saying that there is a gap here, mismatch here. But is it in the requirement or is it something we missed? So that will be raised as a defect again, as user interface testing defect.
Okay, but as a tester, we don't sit and write the test cases that those two align properly or not.
There is no test case that you write. There is no test case for user interface testing. You tell me, how do you write a test case for this? You tell me, how do you write a test case?
We don't write, but I'm just asking, like, if the whatever you design there, those two text boxes, if they come picture in like that, so what we have to think at that point. So it is look and feel, right? So for the look and feel, we can't write the test cases. So that's why I'm asking. So
yeah, so you will report that. You will tell your lead that I see a misalignment here. Is it within the requirement or is it something that they missed in the user interface? Then the lead will take it to the TM. The TM will take it to the PM, and we'll take a look into this and we'll realign it if in case it has to be realigned. No, it's a design. We will say it's a design. It's like person stepping down. It's a design, but nothing wrong. You reporting it is not at all a mistake. No one can blame you for that.
Okay, but as far as we write the test cases for only ECP and BVA.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Be assigned for user interface testing?
Most often, no. How it happens is there is a web developer. He will take care of those things.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's the job of a web developer. And then what we do, once he designs it, project manager sits and he will see how the look and feel it is.
Okay.
You won't be assigned for that.
Okay.
And then when we take it to the customer, he or she will say, I want it little towards the right. This one, that one, they will discuss. So it will be handled there. You will not sit as a user interface tester and test.
Okay. Thank you.
Another question. So, for example, username that usually enter by letters. So, if every username has an individual set of letters, so how do we find the boundary value by numbers or equivalence class partitioning by numbers or something like that?
So if in the username we say 6 characters to 30 characters, correct?
Yes.
The character means A, it should accept. Correct?
Ah, okay.
Correct, Sham? Right. So this is this I can put it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers, right? So if I want to test the boundary of this, I remove this one character out, it should fail. Correct?
Yes.
If I put a character here, it should pass.
Yes.
So character or string is or a number, whatever it is, it should have. You can put individual characters and make it into 6, right?
Yeah.
That's
okay.
That's what we do.
Oh. Yeah, because I was thinking that for example, so I'm signing into the Google account. So my username is a unique set of letters.
Correct.
So if we want to check that, so if we, yes. Oh, so you can compare to the number by numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then.
No. When you type SHAMALE.
Yeah.
Correct? Now there is a function to find the length of the string. For me, it's a string where it has individual characters. I cannot read this. My code cannot read it as Shamali. My code reads it as SHAMALEE.
Oh,
so I will find the length of the string. The length of the string would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I will say length of the string is equal to A. If A is equal to or greater than 6, then get into the loop. Else print a message saying that the character should be at least 6. So it cannot read Shamali. It is reading only character by character. And for it, this whole character is a count.
Oh, I see. So it's like a code number. It's by the code language. That's what you're talking about? Like, okay.
Code, that's what I'm talking about here.
Okay. Got it.
Getting? Let's take a look into how the test case looks like, right? Let's see the template. So I'm going to go into the template. So this is how the template looks like. So usually a generic format of the template looks like this. So you have the project name written here, say example Cairo EHR. Then every test case will be given a test ID. Every test case will be given a test ID. That ID will be assigned to you. Oh my God, what is this now? Where is this coming? Okay. Every test case will be given a test ID. That ID will be assigned to you by your test lead. So you don't need to worry about the test ID. The next will be high priority, low priority. This is again depending upon how critical the functionality is. How critical the functionality is, those we will be working on the will be working on the priority, and it will be again assigned to you. So if in case there is an issue, and when we did say example, when we did agile methodology, we said that the requirements can evolve, but the timeline is fixed, right? So Monica asked me a question: if a new requirement comes in, how do you remove a functionality for testing? We always remove the low critical ones, low, then medium, then the high. So high priority test cases will be tested first. How do you identify? Is when we create a test case, it will be assigned to you. We write the module name. Module name, say example, if you are writing a test case for sending a mail, the module will be send mail. The test case title will be almost similar to your module name. If there is multiple test cases that you write in a single module, the test case title changes. Execution date. Execution date is the date where you give the date you designed it. Designed by is the person who wrote this test case. The date he wrote this test case. The person who executed this test case, and the date he executed the test case. So when you are writing the test case, you will not fill these two columns. You will not fill these two columns. This will be left blank. The person who is going to execute will fill these two columns. Then precondition. Precondition means that in order to write this test case, what conditions should be passed? Say example, if I am writing a test case to send a mail, can anyone tell me what are the conditions that it should pass in order for me to send a mail? Any guess? What is the precondition?
To send a mail, first application should be launched.
That's not a precondition.
So the browser should be open.
No, that's not a precondition.
You should have the person who is going to receive the mail, their email address.
Email address. Correct.
And then
one more.
The message, what you are going to send.
No, message can be anything. There is no precondition for the message.
Oh, okay.
What else, guys? One more thing. No. Why do you want the subject as precondition?
Oh, on the line. Oh, yes.
You should be able to log into the application to send the mail, right?
Yeah.
Unless you are able to log in, you cannot send a mail.
Yeah.
These two conditions. These are the two preconditions that is required for sending a mail. Any dependency? I don't see a dependency there. The server should be up. That's not a dependency. So leave the dependency blank. Now to write, I'm going to write a test case to send an email. So I'm going to launch the application. Okay, I'm going to write a test case. So let's start writing the test case for creating a user or creating a patient. Patient in Cairo. I'm going to create a patient in Cairo. Let me give you a walkthrough of how it looks like. Guys, write it down. I want you to write one test case tomorrow and bring it so for your understanding. Okay. Okay, so the step one would be launch the application. Write it down, guys. Launch the application. Step two, I logged into the application, so log in with your username, password, and then go to menu, patients. Now you will get your patients page. Here I'm going to click on New Patients button. In this page, you will get the new patients page. Here I'm going to give patient's name. Patient's date of birth. patient sex. You can give a dummy value. Patient's the phone number. Just give any 10 digits. Patient's email ID. Patient street address. Just give something. Zip code. Just give something. There is no validation for this. And I'm going to click on create patient. A new patient is created and you will get his patient's page with all his information displayed. That is what is the flow for creating a new patient. After that, click on the username and click on logout. So this is the flow. Now how do you write test case for this? Okay, I want you to write the same test case tomorrow. So how do you write test case for this? So I'm going to say launch the application. This is the URL that I launched. Here the application is displayed. Second. Anyone can help me out with the second step?
Login with your username and password.
Yeah. How do you write that?
You give your email ID and the password.
How do you write that here? I'm writing the step. As I told you, I write the command here.
Okay.
So what is the command?
Enter username.
Username. Well, is it username there? No.
Email address.
Email address, right?
Yeah.
Be careful with that.
Okay.
So enter email address
and password.
Password. That's not an activity, right?
So actually, enter login. I mean that button.
And enter? No, we don't enter.
Click the login button.
And click on
login button.
Login button. Okay. Now, if your test case goes to the next line like this, select this particular test case, this particular row, and click on wrap text.
Yeah.
We give here username and password, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is the expected result?
Same username and password.
Here it is not login. Now, 1 second, hold on. Not login, it is sign in. Sign in. Okay, what is the expected result when I do this activity?
Home page should appear.
Okay, what is the page name?
Home page.
This is not the home page. You can see the page name coming up somewhere in this page. Here you see dashboard page, right?
Yes.
So you say
dashboard appears.
Dashboard page appears. Perfect. Thank you.
Select menu and the double arrow in the arrow patient.
Select menu.
Yes, patient.
Patients. Okay. Thank you. Here.
Select. You have to select the patient. Test data. Okay.
Yeah, I selected the patient. Is there any test data? Any data?
We have to select.
Is there any data we are entering? Here, the step is, I did this.
Okay.
Am I entering any data?
You have to select the.
Are we entering any data there?
No.
No, right? So we say NA.
Oh, okay.
We are not entering any data there. So NA.
Okay.
What is the expected result?
The patient
See and tell me.
Page should be displayed.
Where is the patient's list page? Where it says patient list page?
Patient page.
Here, you see here on top. Can you see where my mouse is?
Patient search. Okay. Patient search.
Patient search page appears.
Okay.
Fine.
Click on new patient.
What is the next step we have to?
New patient.
What is that? New patient.
Yes, click on new patient.
Click on.
New patient.
What is that? New patient. Here you see a plus symbol. Can you see a plus symbol here?
Yes, yes.
So you have to mention that also. Okay.
Oh.
So you say plus space new patient. Patient, yeah, patient.
Patient.
Patient. No, yes.
No.
What is that? What is that? What is that? No, what is the field called? What is this called? What is this?
The button.
Button. So you have to say new patient button, right?
Okay. New patient button.
Perfect. Data here.
We are not entering test data, so it's going to be NA.
Okay. And what is the next? Let's do this activity. Okay. What is this?
Create patient.
So what? How do I write this?
And
let me do this like this. Here, expected result.
Expected result?
Wait. What is the expected result? When I clicked on that button, right?
Yeah. Create patient page appears.
Create patient page appears. So I say create patient patients page
appears.
You are able to understand.
Enter patient last name.
That's not an activity. That's a test data, right? You are entering, right?
Okay. So then after that would be.
So I'll say enter patient's information.
Okay. So you can put them all in one.
Yes, just enter patient's information and put all the information that you are entering in this same field. Say example, I'll say first name, I'll say Rajesh. Then to enter next line in the same field, press Alt and hit enter. Okay, let me make it larger. When too large. Okay, so to enter, I'll press Alt and hit enter. Why is it not going to the next line? My Alt is not working.
Oh, within the same category, you mean, right?
Yeah, wait, my Alt is not working. Now it's working. Yeah, you see? So I'll say last name. I'll give say XY or Charles. And then hit enter. So it all stays in the same column. You see here, it all stays in the same column. So I know all the test data is for this particular step. Don't write it in separate rows.
Okay, so after that would be click on create patient button.
Yeah, enter patient's information and click on create patient button. So when I enter the information, I get this screen back. This is the screen I get back. Yeah. So what is the information I need to write here? What is my expected result? No, not this screen. Sorry, I get this screen. So I get this screen. Now, what do you write on the expected result? See the screen and tell me.
Can we see Joshua Raj's screen?
No, see here. Can you see, read this?
Yeah. Joshua Rajesh.
Face sheet.
Appears.
Face sheet appears.
Page appears. Face appears. Okay.
Face sheet.
Face sheet appears. Okay.
Once we get this, we are done with this thing. So then I will say log out. So how do you write log out?
Click on logout.
How do you? If I am giving this to a third person, how do you? So where is the logout? How do you find where the logout is?
On the click on
the user.
on the user drop down button. Okay.
Yeah, drop. That's not a button. On the drop down and select logout. So you say. And one more thing, it's not a click, it's a select, right?
Okay, yeah.
Select user. Will this work?
Select yeah. Select patient or user.
Patient is Joshua, but this is a user, right?
Okay.
Fine, you're able to get it, let it?
Yes.
Get it? Okay, who else then get a chance? Who else didn't get it?
Logout successfully logout appears.
So successfully logout appears. Yeni cheptanu. Naku saala Telugu telusu. 4 language cheptanu. Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Tamil.
Okay.
I know I'm talking crap, right?
No, you're talking good.
Okay. What this page appears. So you have to say your login page appears, right?
Okay.
So I'll say login page
Appears.
Yes. Now what's your doubt?
What if you want to write a test cases for first name, like?
Those are all individual components that you will be testing, right?
Yeah.
So the validation test cases you will write when you are writing, say in this, your create test cases, right?
Yes.
You are writing a test case for create patients.
Okay.
There is the only place where you are going through that field.
Okay.
So you will write create patients, multiple test cases for create patients.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Got it? So say example.
I think multiple test cases.
So example, one of the test case that I would write is, I go here, steps are the same, right?
Okay.
Go here, I will say date of birth, so name field, name, this thing. Here there is no validation. If when I put A and I put AB, it will pass.
Okay.
There is no validation here, correct?
Yes.
But here if I put 01, sorry, month is 01. Okay. Listen. Month 01 1893.
Okay.
There is no validation. It's accepting it.
Okay.
But if I put 2017,
Okay.
this is a validation, right?
Yeah. Yes.
But there is no validation for even if your age is 200 years, there is no validation.
Okay.
But future date, there is a validation.
Okay.
So you will write one test case for that.
Yeah.
Right. Rest all there is no validation only.
Okay.
So in create patients, you will have 2 test cases.
And also for sex, male or female, sometimes if we get like Undefined. Oh, undefined. Okay.
They have given there, no?
Yes, yes. Yeah. Okay.
Undefined.
Okay.
Okay. Here, that male or female, they are not asking you to type.
Okay, select.
You are selecting, so you cannot do any validation here.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I put my phone number 000000, it's validating it. No.
Okay.
You see, it's accepting it.
Okay.
So the validation is only in the date of birth they have done.
Okay.
So you will write one positive test case, you will write one negative test case.
Oh, okay. So for that, so we are validating, right? So we will be writing one positive and negative test case for data.
Yes. So what will happen in your module name, you will write create patients.
Oh, okay.
Okay. In your test title, you will write date of birth validation in bracket negative test case.
Okay.
Got it? So we have an idea that you are validating the date of birth and it's a negative test case. So you know that we are going to give a wrong answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you are writing here, you will write enter patient's information and you will give the date of birth information.
Yeah.
Here, and the expected result would be future date, DOB in future. That will be your expected result.
Yeah. For the negative.
For the negative test case.
Yeah. Okay.
Got it?
Okay. Got it. And also, Rajesh, so now we are accessing the application, right? So we came to what are all the fields we need to validate, what are all the fields we don't need any validation. So in real time, we just go walk through, right? So in walkthrough or something, we'll be giving only the screenshot. So
no, they'll just give you the screenshots. They will tell you what is the right data. Now validation, you will ask a question. When you see a username, you will ask a question, is there any validation? That time they'll say, yeah, we have a day range between 6 to 30.
Okay, got it.
So you noted that down.
Okay.
And then you write BV and ECP for that.
Oh, okay, got it.
You have to ask more questions.
Okay, got it.
Got it?
So Rajesh, when we are validating this date of birth text box, so for this there will be another test case with right? We do not include this in the, because now what you have taught us about that we are testing about if we are able to create new patient. So we are not doing this validation in this test case, right? Because we are taking only valid values.
It's a separate test case.
Okay.
So you will write two test cases. That's why I said you will write two test cases.
Okay, one positive and one negative.
Negative.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, thank you.
That I am showing you. Template is available in the link. Go to documents. Documents here, test case template. Download this template and try to write the test case what we wrote. Try to write the test case, same test case. Don't bother about the one which is below. Don't bother about the one which is below, just a sample that we have shown. That's just a sample. Now, please write the test case for tomorrow so that we have a better understanding. After the interview, I will give you a walkthrough of the entire application. So, Thursday, Friday.
Correctly, we have to write test cases for validating the date of birth. Two test cases for validating the date of birth.
No. Two test cases. You write the test case for, I'm not telling how many test cases. Write the test case for creating a new patient. That's the test case you're writing. You're not, I'm not telling you to validate the date of birth or not. That's up to you.
Okay.
How many test cases you can write, you write.
Okay.
You got it? Don't hold on to the number that I'm telling.
Okay. So it is basically write a test case for creating a new patient.
New patient. That's all.
Yeah.
Now if you can write 5 test cases for that only, great.
Okay.
Okay. Think what and all you can implement in that and write.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah. Thank you.
But your thought process should go only for this screen. not any other screen, because we are concentrating on create new patient, this page.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you told us now creating a new patient, so we are going to work only on this. So every time when you creating a new patient, so it's going to be the same result.
Yes.
So we're going to write the same result?
No, tomorrow, just today you write that for your understanding. Tomorrow I am going to give you a walkthrough of the entire application. So I'll give you a walkthrough of multiple features. Say example, I'm going to give you a walkthrough of going into a patient and then going to history. How do you add medical history? How do you add a problem to that person? How do you add medications to that person? How do you add vitals to that person? In medication, how do you add a prescription? How do you add a med list? How do you add immunization record for that particular person? I'm going to give you a walkthrough of all this. Now,
okay.
Write down, the screen is already getting recorded, right? So you video as well as my walkthrough. Combined together, I want you to write individual test cases.
Give us different features later on. Okay.
Yes. But I don't want to give you all the features now and ask you to write. No. First, let's take a sample. So we'll take one test case,
sample and practice.
Feel comfortable with that, and then we'll go to the bigger one.
So when we are writing the test cases for this creating a new patient, do we have to include the date of birth, positive, negative test cases also?
That's up to you. That's up to you. I won't say that. I don't know. You want to write, write. You don't want to write, don't write.
So anything between the starting point to ending point to create a new patient, right?
No. Your focus is to create a new patient, right? So all you will focus on this page.
Yeah, that's what.
Only on this page. Rest all is just a navigation flow to come to this page.
So in this page, whatever
validations,
test case validations, we can write test cases, right?
Yes. If there is no validation, you don't create your own validation.
Okay.
Okay.